Wars and Warhammer. Something that has been talked about many a time, be it on YouTube or fanfiction, it has been talked many a time. But this one from our boy, Shadow_Trooper, is one that I need to talk about. And believe me when I say a lot's going on with it, and a lot of it is just fucking hilarious. So let me break it down for you. So basically the whole story is that this is set before the Emperor, around the Great Crusade or some shit like that. Anyway, basically, the whole thing is that the Imperium of Man basically shows up in the Star Wars universe around the Clone Wars, before the Ryloth liberation. And, let me just say this now, a lot of shit goes down, so I'm just basically going to try and break down some of the key points in this. The Imperium shows up, Star Wars Galaxy reacts, but the big thing is that there is a prophecy, or prophesized one they're looking for. The Reborn Emperor! And one of the things that made me laugh is that when they're basically looking around for this guy. Basically, the Walker of the Skies.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
Oh yeah, you know exactly where this is going, and yes, it is exactly as funny as hell and as awesome as hell as you think it is. Because as they're doing this, when the Malevolence is shown up, by the time the Malevolence shows up, they already found Skywalker. One of the Imperial Guard detachments actually finds him, and he's fucking dumbfounded when they all freaking drop to their knee and just start bowing in his reverence. One of the things that actually happens during that battle is that when they go to take this ship, they're taking it in the name of the Emperor! And literally showing the Skywalker all this stuff, and my god, folks, that is great. But, going from there, basically, they capture the Malevolence in the name of the Emperor, and then when they finally tell them, when it's brought back to the Imperium, who the Emperor is, I'm trying to contain my giddiness, because it's just, it goes text-to-speech. Yes, it does, because the chapter itself, where they finally get the Emperor, I'm just going to tell you right now, what happens is that it goes insane, because as soon as it's reported who the Emperor is, they basically tell him that, yes, they're going to get top men on this.
We have top men working on it right now. Who? Top men.
Yes, he did a fucking Indiana Jones, and it just gets fucking better from there. Because as soon as it goes to Anakin, basically Anakin is in his apartment that him and Padme basically share, and he's asleep. There are some people, there are some ratlings outside putting det packs all around the foundation of that son of a bitch. They blow it up! Freaking Shawshank Redemption style, where basically they turn on the radio, they wait for something to happen, and then they detonate, and they just basically take this entire apartment with them. They literally steal an apartment. Acquisition an apartment. Yes, totally don't fucking steal, and they acquisition the Emperor. Totally not kidnapping him. No, of course not. And Anakin, of course, is waking up, because he's asleep for the entire event. And let's face it, anyone who's ever been with a military member or anyone will tell you they get sleep wherever they can, and they basically conk the fuck out. They will sleep through fucking artillery attacks. They will fucking sleep through mortar attacks if they have to. So, an explosion going outside around him, that motherfucker ain't fucking rousing from that sleep. No. So they basically take it, and he wakes up on the Imperium planet that they got, because of course it's the thing, goes out, completely groggy, not even awake, not even processing what's going around in his mind, because he just passes by a sister of battle, and it's like, morning, and it's just like, morning, my Emperor, morning, and he sits down, has some coffee, best damn coffee he's ever had, brain finally clicking at, our apartment, nothing's gold around our apartment, I'm surrounded by beautiful women in armor. Oh shit. So he goes to try and take it, and the best part is when they go to test how he's the Emperor, he has the psyker blocking necklace around his neck. And basically, he's still able to use his powers, so he is the Emperor! And you think that would be all? No. No, it gets better. Because no, basically he says that Padme is the woman he loves. He has feelings for. So they go to the acquisition Padme! During an entire fucking emergency session at the Senate, Padme is basically freaking yelling at people, basically the fact of, oh yeah, security's so great, how the fuck my apartment taken care of? She gets kidnapped right in the middle of that. I mean, not kidnapped, I mean acquisitioned, she gets acquisitioned, shows up with Anakin literally just doing paperwork because he's trying to fix the Imperium. Padme's right fucking there, just out of goddamn nowhere, and it's like, making sure, and this is the best part, it gets better, because they're making sure there's no one around as he says this. He says that, what's going to happen to Ahsoka? Well, Ahsoka's like a daughter to him. Yes, I know everyone's going to say, oh, she's like a little sister to him. Fan fiction. Different universe, different timeline, different things. We're going to keep going. How Ahsoka is acquisitioned. A Terminator armor-wearing Marine sneaking in with a box on his head and a sign that says, "Ignore me!" Ignore me! Yes, he even threw in a freaking Venture Bro reference. Dear God, this madman! Goes in, picks her up, sneaks out. As sneaky as one in full fucking Terminator armor with a box on their head and a sign that says "Ignore me" can sneak out. And then she wakes up in the palace and she is called Princess, surrounded by attendants. And again, that whole scene is fucking hilarious. But you're thinking, okay, they've acquisitioned Anakin, their emperor. They've acquisitioned Padme, his queen. They've acquisitioned his empress. They've acquisitioned the crown princess Ahsoka. How much more insane can this get? Well, ladies and gentlemen, they get the entire 501st Legion. Why? Because that is the Emperor's Legion! They basically fill a Venator full of sleeping gas, they knock him the fuck out, they take the thing, whoop! And I could go into more detail, but Jesus Christ, you gotta read it for yourself. That's how fucking insane it is. I'm telling you, go read this! So, another day passes. Jedi Council is kind of a little concerned, as well as the fucking Senate, because it's like, oh yeah, one of their top generals and one of their fucking Jedi Knights basically went, whoop, kidnapped, acquisitioned, and basically all that good, happy jazz. And, well, then another campaign happens where we meet Krell. Well, this is on Mandalore, because Mandalore is under attack by the fucking orcs. And yes, those orcs.
6 orcs run over the hill, and they just won't fall over from all the banging. And then they hear chanting in the distance, and then as they get closer, they hear, I'm a tank, 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 I'm a tank.
No fucking way.
I think it's bullshit, but I love the story.
Yeah, the fucking reality bending basically doesn't make a lot of goddamn sense. If you think it will happen, orcs. So, as this is happening, basically Anakin doesn't know what's happening with the clones or troopers yet. It isn't until something happens that he is literally walking around talking with clones, basically pulling a General Patton. Literally talking with these clones, literally giving them comfort, literally letting his glory as the Emperor do this. And as soon as he finds out what Krell did, he is pissed! And goes after that four-armed son of a bitch, that fucking basilisk motherfucker. And literally, one of the Sisters of Battle, the one that did the prophecy, basically takes a lightsaber for him. And a small portion of that Emperor side of him pushes to the forefront and tells him to basically kill the son of a bitch. And he does, in the name of the Imperium, in the name of the Empire, in the name of the Imperium of mankind, he takes down that son of a bitch. And then, of course, takes the sister who did the prophecy, takes it to her shrine, sets it down, all that good jazz, walks away. Freaking miraculously, Jesus healed, just alive again. Because, honestly, what do you expect? Like, I'm dead serious, what do you expect by this point? It then gets better. It gets better. Because now, Pre-Vizsla and Clan Vizsla, as well as a few other Mandalorian clans, are now swearing fealty to the Imperium of Mankind. And Mandalore's future is completely unknown at this point, but I am definitely looking forward to see where that goes. But, moving forward, we then, of course, go to a grand speech where Anakin literally tells people that they will no longer be slaves. He will lead a great crusade against the Hutts. And as this is going on, he goes back to his wife, who has been doing all the paperwork.
I don't like where this is going.
Rewriting all the laws, basically trying to fix the Imperium after 10,000 years. And dear God Almighty, it's a lot. So, what happens? He walks in, it's like, honey, I'm home. Grabs him by his pants, starts dragging him to their bedchambers, and basically tells him that she has been without him for a couple of weeks. And Mama wants her big Emperor D.
He said 1 week, and I'm using it. What are you?
Anakin confused boner screams happen, and basically they're in their bedroom fucking for an entire month. Ahsoka, meanwhile, has been with Uncle Rex, who is now a Lord Commander Rex. The fucking commanding officer of the entire fucking Imperial forces, the Guard forces. And you think that'd be it? No, the dude is literally like Goku from Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Literally, all that's coming out of him by this point is she drained him. And now he's hooked up to some IVs and is being rehydrated. As this is going on, Ahsoka, the crown princess, is going to Ryloth to be liberated because the Republic won't do a damn thing about it, anything of that nature. And of course, the Imperial forces are making sure that not only does she live, but also carrying out her will. In the name of the Emperor, in the name of the Crown Empress, Crown Princess, we shall liberate this planet in her name. And by the end of the chapter, the latest chapter, we not only, of course, see a Star Wars Rebel character, a young Star Wars Rebel character, we also see her father, who does not like the fact that their planet is about to be basically put on another boot, and is going to probably try and cause some insurgency. That ain't gonna go over well, I'm gonna tell you that right fucking now. But what he can do with this is that Ahsoka could literally talk with the Imperial forces and basically convey that basically, yes, she herself is an abhuman, but yet she is the crown princess. She is going to take the throne should anything happen to her father and mother. Kind of slowly move that whole xenophobia in the back of the mind, basically away out, basically whoop, out the mind. And I know everyone's going to say, it's not gonna work. Anakin's the goddamn emperor. He could basically take those kinds of naysayers, say, oh, they're traitors, go ahead and take care of them.
Someone please kill Initiate Jerry! Thank you, Art!
And basically pull a little bit of that emperor energy and literally just, again, yeah, all Xenos are bad. Yeah, there are Xenos, but not all of them are bad type deal. I mean, yeah, there are some bad eggs, but not all of them are bad. And I'm just sitting here waiting for the moment that the Lars family is brought in, because here's the thing, folks. Anakin's mother's grave is going to get turned to a fucking shrine. The other thing that's going to happen is that his family, the Lars family, is basically going to be given nobility, or basically royalty type status. Not only that, but he's going to lead there's going to be a fucking crusade, because as soon as they find out about his past and the fact that their emperor, their reborn emperor, was a slave, all hell's about to break loose. There's going to be a great crusade in Hutt space. That entire Hutt space, yeah, no, that's now part of the Imperium, motherfucker. You now belong to us in terms of territory. And believe me when I say that, it's going to be glorious. It really is. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you right now. And believe me, I am really looking forward to how that pans out. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Owl. The Comments Airsoft reviews really awesome media and really great fanfics and just fun as hell fanfics, so you can experience them for yourself. And this one is one that if you're a Warhammer fan, you're a Star Wars fan, you're a TTS fan, you're going to enjoy this. You really are going to enjoy this. As always, ladies and gentlemen, pinned comment is where you can find a link to this little gem, as well, of course, as our donation links. Because it's folks like you that actually help make what we do here possible. Because since we've been demonetized, I've been given a lot more creative freedom. And as such, we want your help to basically make this a lot better and a lot more fun. So, if you want to help out the channel and the content we produce, consider donating to the PayPal or Cash App link down below. Because one of our goals is getting a Fallout Neon sign to go right here, and studio lighting to basically make this a little bit more lit up a little better. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Hell, and I shall see you lovely, lovely people in the next video. Till next time, later.